Hi guys, so today's tip is all about the apps you must have on your phone when you're traveling internationally. Now, earlier, before you could take your phones everywhere, or you had cell phones for that matter, we used to get normal maps from the hotel or from the local, bookstore or, coffee shop or penny store, whatever you want to call it, and we would open the maps and mark out all the places we wanted to see. In today's day and age, if you have activated your data roaming for your local phone, or if you have bought yourself a local SIM, whichever works out cheaper for you, depending on your travel company or your phone company, actually. Either which way, if you have data, then the best thing to do is have the right apps on your phone. The first and most important thing is to have Google Maps. Now, even if you have iPhone, the iPhone map isn't as good as the Google Map app. So definitely download Google Map. The good thing about this is what I like to do is plan the places I want to see before I head to a new city. So, for example, I'm in Delhi and I want to go to Prague or London or wherever, and I start typing in what's there to see, what's the unusual things, what's the cool things, what restaurants I should go. I do a lot of research, and then I go onto my map app and I type in those places, and you can save them in a special folder. So I'm going to put up an image for you to see what it looks like when you've saved it. So now when I type in, say, London or wherever, all those places pop up. This is great because then I don't have to worry about, oh my God, did I miss something? Where else do I need to go? No matter where I am, I open my map and it shows me what the closest place I want to hit is. And this way, while you're in the town, you can plan your trip. You can also save certain things offline. That way, if you don't have data at all times, whenever you go to a Wi-Fi spot, you can save the direction or whatever offline and you can, navigate. So that's the first thing you must have. The second app I recommend, well, besides the social media app, because hey, if you're traveling, you want to have your Instagram and Facebook and stuff always active. But besides the basics, of course, you must have Uber. Now, Uber works in most cities, most countries, not all, but quite a few internationally. In India, we're used to using Ola as well. I have not used Ola much, so I always have Uber. Uber is something you must always have because yes, taxis are expensive, especially when you're going to the airport and you have a lot of luggage and you can't take local transportation. You would want to take a taxi. And regular taxis are very expensive. The best thing to do is to book an Uber if you have to take a taxi. So your Uber must be activated and your card details. Change it to credit card and not cash because abroad, especially outside India, you don't always have the option of paying by cash. So you must already keep your credit card activated because you know how it is when you add a new card, you get an OTP and blah blah blah. And say you're using a different card that maybe you are not carrying with you, or you are not your phone isn't getting data and you need to add the card in in an emergency. You don't want to mess around with that. That happened to me. I was stuck in LA and I couldn't get a cab, and my old card had expired and I was trying to put a different card, and for some reason that particular credit card, the OTP would go to my mom who was sleeping in Delhi because the hour difference is like opposite. And I had to call her up and bug her and be like, wake up. And she was like, okay, the OTP comes to your dad and wake up your dad. And his phone was dead because hey, who remembers to charge their phones, right? That's my dad. And it was a nightmare. So always have an Uber app which has got the right card and everything. The next app that I will recommend is where was that? Yeah, it's called Move It. All right, I discovered this app quite recently actually. This good thing about this Move It app is it works in multiple countries. This right now is set to Delhi or India. Well, Delhi. That's why we got the Taj, even though Taj is not in Delhi. But what the good thing about this is, you type in where you want to go. So, for example, it says where I am right now, and say I want to go, even if I'm in Delhi, I'm in Friends Colony and I want to go to, say, Chhatarpur. All I have to do is type in where I want to go, and it will tell me the best possible route in terms of bus, in terms of taxis, in terms of the subway. Now in India, we don't always need that, but when you're abroad, most of the signs are in the local language. So if you're in France, it's in French. some things are in English, but it's always easier if you know exactly where you're going so you can plan your route. How that works is, say I'm in Paris and I want to go to the Eiffel Tower from wherever I'm staying. I'll just type that in and it will tell me if I walk to this stop, I can take this bus, the next bus when it's coming, blah, blah, blah. Or if I walk to this stop, this is the next tube, subway I can take, and when the next one is coming. This is also great if you're leaving early in the morning and you want to make sure the subway is running, the trains are on time, when the next train is, if you can walk somewhere. It can even tell you if you have to take a taxi, how long will it be, any blockages on the way, etc. So this is a great app. It's called Move It. So I think these are the three most important apps to have besides your social media and your phone and your WhatsApp, because you want to keep in touch with your family and friends and things like that. But these three are the most important things: Google Map, Move It app, and of course Uber. All right, guys, take care. Bye.